Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the south side as the red Japanese, we got Captain Brexit. Spawn on the north side as the blue British, we got Rosstrom8. I suppose Captain Brexit should be more of a name of a British player, but oh well. Of course, it's early eco phase, nothing too significant going on. Both players just collecting up various resources. When it comes to the on-map natives, which could play a role, but generally doesn't, we've got the Mapuche settlement, which does give you access to the Mapuche Ironwood Clubman, which I believe are a halberdier variant, and you've got Mapuche Bolus Rider. It's a rain cavalry who also slows down enemy units, and inflicts area damage. Good against cavalry, so it sounds like some sort of form of light cavalry. We do have decks now selected, at least for the British player. We do have the Arsenal Plus deck, which does have Virginia Company. We got the Sawmills and Rum Distillery. Unusual. We got a lot of late game eco. It's almost like if it's a, how to put it, a treaty deck with all the eco cards. But then again, maybe not. Or generally not. We do have a number of British Grenadiers as well as Coldstream Guards, so he looks he's eyeing for a Grenadier deck of some sort. This does enable the mortar, right? Yep, hand mortar. Which also enables another arsenal research called incendiary munitions, or whatever it's called. To improve their AoE a little bit as well. British players now aging up to the Philosopher Prince, and the Japanese player, it's not aging up just yet. He does have a 1v1 deck, which does include the Team Chondendo, which is like Economic 3, but weaker, and Team. Let's see, we got the Heavenly Kami. No Shrine Wagon. Nope, we do have the Shrine Wagons. Seems like a bit more of a generic Japanese deck, though we do have the Yasume Archer attack as an Eno Rush, so we looks like a mounted archer play here. Bloody Harvest, not gonna rise, do more damage against archers and skirmishers, so more damage versus light infantry, or it does provide increased lance effect, looks like. And Veteran Battery reduces to Flaming Arrow, so it looks like it's mostly a light cavalry, perhaps light infantry, heavy infantry, perhaps some heavy cavalry, but looks like also some fire arrow play. Got now the Torii Gates being employed in the field. Does give him a military rickshaw as well as one samurai. The biggest part is that one military rickshaw, but that one samurai can be quite nice to start harassing some structures on the field. But looks like the British player is going for a manor boom. We do have Virginia Company selected. I see 13 villagers on wood, a lot of villagers on wood. We also got some llamas here. They cause nothing but drama. Looks like red maybe want to get this treasure. It does provide him 90 wood of mahogany. Mahogany, is that a hardwood or a softwood? I can never remember. I think it's a hardwood, right? I only know really a couple type of woods. You got cedar was a hardwood and balsa is a softwood. And then you got maple as a food wood, because it's more best used for maple syrup. I apologize for my drink open up. Treasure has been obtained. If treasure is wood, you got wood. First place going for a shipment of wood, and now we do have a barracks deployed on the field for the Japanese player from the military rickshaw. And this is 700 wood. We'll give him, let's see, 90 wood each. So 700, let's see, at least 7 and almost an eighth amount of manors. We got a nice line of manors here. He's doing a line of manors. It's effectively 90 wood per villager, as well as getting the population space, which is manor rooms mostly meant for all the villagers. But of course, it does give you the population space, so you don't have to worry about that as well. 90 wood per villager is actually a little bit more expensive than paying a food per villager, but of course does act as a secondary villager queue. Maybe more than one villager queue. Each manor does take 20 seconds, and each villager takes 20 or 25 seconds as well. Can't remember exact values. Age of Empires 3 doesn't have a lot of things that are nice, especially the replay system where you don't view this stuff here. If it's a live game, you can actually view this stuff, but if it's a replay, you can't. I really wish there's some consistency there. Trading post now complete. Do now shipment coin for the British player. He is getting pretty close for an age up. Japanese player could have been a bit more aggressive, but we'll see he went for ×2 shrines. As well as trade orchard rickshaw way over there. That's a little bit exposed, honestly. Back here, perfectly safe. Shrines being sent out. Each one will effectively give him up to 0.47, so half a villager. Half a villager's worth of food to come, I should specify. Nice line of manners, and I realized something. I need to disable my OBS preview. It looks like both players just doing some eco play, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit there. Japanese player just needs more coin, then he can get his age up. Could go for a shipment of coin. Japanese player can now age up, and he's currently going for the bishop, going for the shogunate, which does give him access to daimyo Masamune, while the British players queued up the bishop, which allows him to move diagonally a little bit better. British players summoning some more grenadiers. And now we do have a round of musketeers now deployed on the field. Got that research that we're not going to talk about. Also going for town watch as well. The British player does have some fort infrastructure, a nice line of manors, which is not necessarily a wall. He should be able to slip on by that, but does at least give him a bit of a buffer. Interrupt some formations. Now have a pair of flaming arrows now deployed in the field. That may have been from a shipment. Yes, it was. Now going for a shipment of Ashgaru musketeers. British players going for all the veteran research. Going for a round of villagers. ×8 villagers by the British. You know, you don't really see that all too often, this card for the Brits, because of manners. We have now refrigeration now being deployed in the field as well. Queued up a round of grenadiers. Not a bad idea to deal with the musketeers. Longbowmen can be helpful, but longbowmen's a bit more generalist. They have high DPS, but not high multipliers. We've got now veteran grenadiers deployed in the field. You know, it's been a while since last seen any sort of grenadier play, so this is what the British grenadier looks like. They're wearing all white. Some of these men are starting to go on down. Castle now being established. Refrigeration still being built. It's going from Hussars. Overall, Hussars are only being used to counter the flaming arrows. Got a castle here. British player has plenty of population to work with, and he's losing some. We do have now a pair of flaming arrows being shipped on in. More of the venison being cleaned up over here. Can start going towards these rayas. Couple units do push a bit far forward. And looks like they're getting a lot of free damage on in. Got jump move forward. Well, forward. Grenadiers throwing their grenades, doing some good work there. Another round of musketeers and some hussars to engage. Oh, we'll see, already did flank around onto the flaming arrows there. Take out one of the flaming arrows. Two more right there. Daimyo Masamune push way forward. He is retrainable, so he is expendable. Sort of. Daimyo Masamune has gone down, so we've got a number of musketeers, or Ashikaru musketeers. More veteran grenadiers advancing. It's good damage there. Still got one flaming arrow back here. The British player is now going for Moors, increasing their range and siege range. This also gives them increased 20% damage. It also reduces the AoE by 1, right? Right now they're doing 3 AoE or... Yep, either way is now complete. Now they have 14 range with their grenade rifles. 3 AoE. I think beforehand it was 4. Maybe I could be mistaken. I can't remember exactly. And their hand attack does have 1 AoE, so they like to play as the Demo Man in Team Fortress 2 with that ultra cool Kabir. Another round of Grenadiers been deployed on the field. There comes Hussars. There goes the market. And that +2 range is very effective. Hussar's going to go straight for the flaming arrow. We'll take them out. One of these grenadiers almost goes down. Needs to make sure to focus him down. He's still alive, which means he does still do full DPS. Hussar could just be annoying, start attacking. But now got around Naginata Riders, which grenadiers will do poorly against. Musketeers or pikemen will be useful against them. They do 75% less damage than melee, so their damage is not good. Even though they do have 1 AoE. Speaking of 1, there's one guy there. We do also now have the siege row for the British players, so I can get some of the economic attacks. May want to start. It's a bad idea to go for mills early, but he's having trouble with field control, so I'm just staying. Let's go for some light cavalry and engage the heavy cavalry. But Naginatas are still posing a problem. Got a pair of falconets there. Best stop. Yeah, I'd probably stop the Grenadier. We do now have these Ashikaru musketeers push way forward. Does not engage these villagers, which I think he had vision of them. A number of idle villagers here as well. Guns down with the villagers. Got a round of veteran musketeers here. Another British player does have 61 villagers versus Japanese 36. He's cut the village production as well. The long game goes on, the better the British player will be. But of course, it has to go on for a longer amount of time. Musketeers need to fix their bayonets and charge these Naginata Riders. British player going for more musketeers and another pair of grenadiers. Ships available for the British player. Might as well get something going. Maybe fencing school will be good. Just get his units rebuilt quickly. His economy is still quite good, so I think fencing school is the way to go. He does go for a shipment of musketeers into Coldstream Guards. Good damage there. Good AoE. Got around the musketeers. Artillery foundry now built. We do now have the blacksmith going on up. Musketeers gunning down some of these villagers. We do have another round of Ashikaru musketeers push way forward. Peppering up some of these villagers a little bit. More Ashikaru musketeers. He has 3 mills. Plenty of delicious cranes over here going for the gold deposit. May not have any cover, but concealment's always quite useful. Barracks will not be going on up. Got another set of grenadiers before in the field. He does have, whoa, Triple Town Center and Virginia Company? I think he needs to get a big round of militia. Right now he does not have enough gold for militia. He has a bit of wood, so maybe some longbone or pikemen to deal with the Naginata riders. Hussar is engaging. Of course, they are not good against Ashgar musketeers. Nice thing about pikemen is they can at least go in the cover formation and be a bit of a bullet sponge. Right now the British players have 53 villagers, Japanese players still 36. He's not building any more villagers. Oh, he has a military. He went for mills. I didn't check to see what the current collection rate. But mills do provide a slower food collection, not to mention have a high upfront cost. If you have, I think, let's see, the base collection rate is 0.67 plus 1 level collection rate puts him up to 7.5, which is still inferior to Hunt's. Of course, it is Japanese. These Japanese paddy farms are currently collecting up food. 0.5 is not great either. But the too early transition to mills is probably what doomed the British player. And I don't think going for triple town center was a good idea. He had a full-on manor boom. He didn't really need triple town center. That's another expensive investment, so knockdown to... The bishop did provide one of those town centers, of course. But get rid of this town center, get rid of these 3 mills. That will save him about 2,000 wood. Or 1,700, if my math is incorrect. Of course, went for the trading post here. And he kept on his infrastructure camped. He didn't have a backline infrastructure to start grouping up a force. He was streamlining them one at a time. It was easy to focus them down. British players now bringing more Grenadiers. And Grenadiers were a good pull with Ashgar Musketeers, don't get me wrong with that. It's just that he didn't have a proper army in them. Guys, look at how these Grenadiers are doing right now. The Japanese players did go for times 10, what's called Bushido principles. Effectively increases production speed by 100%. That allows him to double up his queues. Does hold off that army. Of course, got this army still here. The Japanese players 36 villagers. The British players now down 24. Right now, these cranes collecting at 1.26 food per second. That's a lot of food, as opposed to these paddy farms just providing 0.5. So in other words, these villagers are twice as good as the ones over here. Granted, mills do have a higher collection rate than paddy farms and farms, which have a base collection rate of 0.66, 0.67. But still, that is half of one of these. Not only you have to pay for the farm, you also have to have double the amount of villagers. Mills has to be absolute last resort when it comes to any sort of thing. And the Jet player's been doing a good job pulling out counters. And those of the British player has surrendered. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.